Thanks for joining us. In this audit, we looked at the controls that the Public Service Agency, or PSA, and two sample ministries, the Ministry of Children and Family Development and the Ministry of Forests, Lands, and Natural Resource Operations and Rural Development, use to manage the Short-Term Illness and Injury Plan, which is commonly referred to as STIIP. Overall, we found that the PSA, the Ministry of Children and Family Development, and the Ministry of Forests, Lands, and Natural Resource Operations and Rural Development are effectively applying controls to support employees' appropriate use of STIIP. However, we found that the PSA could improve its oversight of STIIP to better monitor usage and coordinate with the ministries. STIIP is the benefit program that provides eligible government employees with most of their earnings in the event that they aren't at work because of illness or injury to a maximum of 6 months. Most employees use STIIP for common shorter-term illnesses, such as colds or flu, but STIIP also covers longer duration leave for more serious illnesses or injuries. The program represents approximately $39 million per year. This is equivalent to 2.4% of government's payroll. There is a risk in any workplace that unethical employees may use programs like STIIP to claim that they are sick or injured when they aren't. The purpose of our audit wasn't to identify people who have misused STIIP. Employees' supervisors are in the best position to do this in their capacity as managers of employee attendance. Instead, our purpose was to examine government controls that are in place to support employees, including supervisors, in using STIIP as intended. We expected to see that the PSA and a sample of ministries were using information system controls to support the accuracy of STIIP leave. We also expected to see the PSA providing employees and supervisors with adequate training and other health and wellness supports. We found information system controls are in place to support employees' appropriate use of STIIP. And although training and health and wellness supports exist, these could be better communicated and monitored by the PSA and ministries to ensure employees and supervisors are using the supports and getting the training they need. In terms of detection, we expected the PSA and the sample ministries to be reviewing staff leave reports for validity and accuracy, and to be collecting and analyzing data to detect possible STIIP issues, errors, and misuse. We found that supervisors provide the primary control over ensuring that employees' STIIP leave is valid and accurate, and detecting when it isn't. In addition to STIIP approvals, we found a variety of detective controls being used by the PSA and the sample ministries. However, we didn't see either the PSA or the sample ministries using data analysis in a robust manner to detect ministry STIIP issues, errors, or misuse. Robust detective controls are important, as they help ministries monitor the nature and extent of STIIP leave. Further, controls communicate to employees that the organization cares and is paying attention to this area. Finally, looking at correction mechanisms, we expected to see that the PSA and the sample ministries corrected STIIP benefits when errors were detected, and that action was taken when misuse was identified. We also looked to see if policies, procedures, and other controls were regularly evaluated and updated to improve STIIP oversight and management. We found that when errors or issues are identified, there is a process to ensure they're corrected. We selected some test samples and found evidence that when errors are detected, they are corrected. However, data on the misuse of STIIP isn't being analyzed to learn lessons and improve controls. STIIP policies, procedures, and controls are not regularly reviewed. Details on STIIP misuse cases can potentially provide quality information to improve training and other supports and control procedures. Up-to-date control procedures, policies, and training are important to ensure an effective control environment. We made 5 recommendations in this report, including for the PSA to regularly analyze data on identified or suspected STIIP misuse so that it can improve preventive and detective STIIP controls. We also recommend that the PSA develop and maintain a summary overview of available STIIP resources to support user understanding and ability to locate resources efficiently. All 5 recommendations are summarized on page 6 of the report. That's our summary for today. Thank you for joining us. We'd like to encourage you to read the full report. It and our other reports are available on our website at www.bcauditor.com.